Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat petang. Welcome back to my channel. I think I have to change my career afterwards. I should become a YouTuber, right? Okay, let's come back to the real world. Just now, I have demonstrated to you how to write multiple linear regression using Python. So now we will be discussing another example for multiple linear regression. So the example that I shared with you before, that is situation when we have all the variables that we have is in numerical. But what happened when we have a categorical variable in our data? For example, okay, this is an example of, wait, I should move it here. Oopsie. Okay, this is an example of multiple linear regression by using a categorical data. So, in this data ni sama macam yang data kita gunakan tadi. Just now we have the spending data kan for each of the department. This time round we also have a state either A or B. So in the sense of kita nak tahu apa nama ni kita nak tahu amount spent by 3 department and also the profit gain by the companies from different state. Kita ada state A, kita ada state B. So state A kita nak tengok berapakah dia punya profit gain based on spending from this department, and state B how much is the gain based on spending from this department. Okay, so in this case we have this numerical predictor and we also have this categorical predictor. Okay. Oops. Okay, so in multiple linear regression for categorical data, this pretty much for this numerical part, pretty much it's not really a problem, but this is the problem, right? So to solve this problem, we have to create a dummy variable. Okay, dummy variable lah. We have to create a dummy variable. So, okay, what is dummy variable? Dummy variable, rather than we have state A, B, C, A and B, so kita createkan dummy variable as in state A and also state B. For example, here kita ada kolom baru, variable baru, state A dan state B. So dekat dalam state A, kat sini 1, sini kosong. Bermaksud data tersebut adalah untuk state A. Kalau macam ni, state A dia kosong, state B dia 1, bermaksud data tersebut adalah untuk state B. Katakanlah we have state A, state B and state C. So data tersebut adalah untuk state C. This one should be 0, 0 and 1. Sama macam the one that we have learned before. Okay. Okay, what is this? Okay, that's that on the theory. Let's proceed with the coding. Okay, can I move this thing a little bit? Okay, so right now we're going to proceed our tutorial with the coding. As usual, at first we have to import the libraries. Ooh, wait. So in this example, I will be using NumPy and assign it as NP. We're using pandas and assign it as PD. And then I want to do some plotting in this example. So I will be using matplotlib.py plot as plt. Shift enter. Okay, so now we want to call the data. So the data that we'll be using in this tutorial, I will be using mlr_mix.csv. Okay. Okay. So in this example, I will be assigning the data as in data S2. CSV, CSV, and then now we want to assign which of the variable is, okay, no, that's not a good idea. Let's execute this one first. Sorry. Print ds2. Okay, so we have SP department, admin department, we have operational department, we have state department, and we have profit state variable, and we have profit variable. So profit, since profit is our y, therefore all of these four is our x. So next step in this tutorial is we want to assign the data into x and y. So as usual, we will call x equal to ds2.ilog, and then square bracket, we want to call all of the rows, and except for the last column, dot values, and as for the y, we call back ds2.ilog, all of the rows. Okay, so where is our y? Our y located at index 4. So here is index 1, index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, and a profit as in index 4. So here kita panggilkan dia as a 4. 4.values. So please go ahead and print the x and the y if you want. And if you don't want to print, it doesn't really matter. We just want to ensure that the data has been correctly assigned. So as you can see, our x, we have numerical, and here is the categorical. And our y is beautifully assigned. Okay, the next step in this tutorial is since we have categorical data, now we need to encode the categorical data. So same thing as what we have learned before. We need to encode the categorical data. To perform this one, I will be calling sklearn libraries. Under sklearn libraries, I will be calling sub library called pre-processing, and then I will import library label encoder, and then I will assign my variable label encoder label encoder x, because we have to encode the variable x. If we have to encode variable y, then we have to change the variable here as in y. Label encoder y, and then we call back label encoder like that, and then we call the x. Okay, x, we call all the rows for column index number 3. Index number 3, why index number 3? This one is index 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we call all of the rows for index number 3. Equal to label encoder underscore x. Sorry. X huruf besar dot fit and transform the x. Okay, that's that. Okay, so let's see how does our data looks like. Okay, this is how our data looks like. Okay, so okay, In this data, since we only have two states 1 and also state 0, so it will be the system will assign our data in this order. Okay. So do we need to use one hot encoder? Do we need to use one hot encoder? We learned about one hot encoder in the previous class. So in this case, we don't have to use one hot encoder because we only have two states in which A and B. So moving on, no need to use one hot encoder. Next step in this tutorial is, as usual, we will be splitting the data into training and testing set. To do so, I will simply copy the code that I have wrote before. I'll be putting here. So in this time round, I want to split the data into training and testing with the size of 70 and 30. Execute. And then after we split the data into training and testing, the next step is we have to fit the model into, we have to fit the MLR into the training set. So here I'm just copying the code from previous tutorial. Once we have fit the data into the MLR into the training set, the next thing is we want to predict the X-test. Okay, tadi kita buat untuk training, sekarang kita buat untuk test pula. So test, we predict, we created Y prediction to predict the X-test, and then call it. After that, we print the Y pred. We also want to print Y test. Okay, so this is the value that multiple linear regression give you, and this is the original values. So that's that. Let's say we have new data and we do not know the y for that data. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just simply gonna copy the data that we tried before in this one. Where's the data? Don't have the data. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's say I want to predict new data. I want to call it as A. So we have to create the data. Let's say S and P department spend about 50,000. So then another department spend about 40, 200, and another department spend for about 5, and this is for a country number 1. So do predict equal to regressor dot predict, and then we got the back the data A, and we want to print the Y predict. Okay, and shift and enter. So with this data, SP department spent for about 50,000. The admin department spent for about 40,200. The other department spent for about 60,000 and 58 dollar, and this is for country A. So the profit that MLR by using Python have predicted is about 46,000. 46004.7 blah 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 blah. Okay, that's that. So now what I want to do is I want to plot a scatter plot for Y prediction and Y test. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call PLT. PLT is from this matplotlib. So again, as I said, if you don't assign here, if you don't have any assignment here, you have to call it as a full name. So rather than here you panggil as a PLT, you have to call as matplotlib.pyplot. Okay, so PLT dot scatter. So kita nak buat ypred and ytest, so kita panggil y red y test. Okay, and then kita panggil dia kita panggil title. Oopsie. Okay. Predict. What is that? Predicted versus actual. And then I want to put a label. X label. So this X is the actual, and then this Y label is the predicted. Ooh, I forgot. Okay then. And then we want to show it. Okay. Yeah, that's that. This is it. Let's say I don't like this blue color. I want to change it to another color. Let's see. I want to change it to green perhaps. Okay. Oops. Astaghfirullahalazim. Apa jadi ni? Silap tempat lah. Ayo. Color red. Ta-da! Like that. Okay. Yes, that's pretty much it. Oh yes, and please go ahead and name your multiple linear regression. Go ahead and name this one. So yeah, that's all for now. And stay tuned for more videos. Bye.